Women's lacrosse time again on the turf at Schellenberger Field on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Hornets playing host to the Yellow Jackets of Randolph-Macon. Hello again, Lax lovers. Kyle Haney hanging out with you on a Wednesday. Some midweek madness as Lynchburg hosting Randolph-Macon. These two teams, it feels like, have been on a collision course for not just the last couple seasons, maybe this entire decade of the 20s. We'll recap some of the history here between these two squads, but a great season so far for Lynchburg at 8-2. Randolph-Macon will come in at 6-3. Jackets are coming off a loss to Washington and Lee, 13-9. They lost that one. And Lynchburg has been rolling. They beat Eastern Mennonite 23-1 over the weekend. These two teams played a pair of one-goal games last year, and 5 of the last 6 have been decided by a single goal. It feels like this one might end up being the same way. They've matched up in the playoffs the last 3 seasons. We'll see if that ends up happening again today. But we are excited. We've got a great evening to play, about 61 degrees, partly cloudy, and it is just going to be a fun night for lacrosse. Players to watch, we've got them for you. And how about first for Lynchburg, Olivia Owings. She's been outstanding. She has played every minute in the cage so far this year, and she's got a top 10 goals against average in the country right now. What a start to her collegiate campaign. On the other side for the Yellow Jackets, it'll be Lily Fowler. She really is the top dog, 28 goals, 20 assists. We're already underway here. Randolph-Macon in the black, the lemon and black for the gals from Ashland, Virginia. Lynchburg in the home whites. Decent crowd here for a Wednesday. We will have so many other news and nuggets. Lynchburg's got another key ODAC game on Saturday at Roanoke, but this one means a whole lot. Randolph-Macon 0-1 in conference so far. Lynchburg 1-0. Early good start for the Lynchburg defense. Virginia Heffernan on the dash out of the defensive zone. She's been outstanding. Pardon me, that was Neely Morris. Neely Morris, number 19, up ahead to McKenna Steinow. Steinow is going to turn the corner to the rack. Opts not to shoot, then she does on a strange angle. Caught a piece of the cage there. It's fast and furious already. Randolph-Macon in that loss to Washington and Lee, by the way, they had an 11-goal first quarter. They were down 7-4 right out of the box against the Generals. Mentioned Virginia Heffernan and that defense. Olivia Owings, the netminder in the cage, but what about the talented defenders in front of her? Taylor Doherty, Megan Wheeler, who had a birthday recently, and Virginia Heffernan. That trio has been outstanding on the back line for Lynchburg. Midfield play has been good. Scoring options abound for Lynchburg, and you have to start with McKenna Steinow and Sydney Dumas, but those are not the only 2 scoring options. For Randolph-Macon, they've got 3 in double-digit goals. It's Cammie McNeely with 11, Campbell Conway 15, Reese Toth has 16, and Lily Fowler leading the way with 28. 20 assists, too, for Fowler. She is a feeder and a finisher and one of the all-time best. Macon looking for space here on a set play. They'll get it out in front, and there's the goal. Catch and shoot. Like it was number 4, Grayson Cornelius. Let's try to confirm that here. Might have a replay. Our LHSN team is typically all over it. It was number 4, Grayson Cornelius. Should be credited with goal 5 of the season. So you get the big mass of bodies up top, players breaking out. It's a play that so many teams run. Randolph-Macon ran it well there to get the early 1-0 advantage. Grayson Cornelius, 5th goal of the season. She is a first year from Glenwood, Maryland. So a good start for Randolph-Macon. Lynchburg has played from behind multiple times this season. Lynchburg's had some close wins. Think about Rhodes and St. Mary's in overtime for Lynchburg. Some common opponents here as well. Both these teams have played some of the same squads, and really the results are awfully similar. More on that as we move forward. Draw control going to be ultra important. Lynchburg's been good in that arena so far this season, but they've lost the first 2. Possessions going to the Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets. Brooklyn Ricker, number 2. First year from Annapolis. Will scamper through and Macon will get started with another offensive possession here. 3 trips to the offensive zone so far for Randolph-Macon. 1 for 2 from a scoring perspective. Turning the corner there, Reese Toth, second leading goal scorer. She's a 5'7" sophomore. A lot of sophomores on the roster for Coach M.K. Jaratowski in her 13th season. They beat Lynchburg twice last year, 13-12. In 2024, the team split. Lynchburg lost big in the ODAC tournament after beating Randolph-Macon by 1 in the regular season. Still 35 on the shot clock. Virginia Heffernan going to try to go to work defensively, and she did a good job to stymie right there. Got her teammates pumped on the sideline. Defense has been so good for Lynchburg this season. Offense has been really good as well. Lynchburg, top leading scoring team in the conference so far. Nobody scored more goals than Lynchburg. That one batted away by Owings. I think she'll get credit for a save. Looked like she got a piece of that. Fresh 60 on the shot clock here for Randolph-Macon as they work it around the horn. You can already see some really good foot speed from Randolph-Macon. They really move well. Taylor Doherty's going to pick up the point and now give up some room as Cornelius had it briefly. Passing, left goal line extended. Brooklyn Ricker. She'll saunter out. Crossfield pass to the right side. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Lynchburg tested defensively early. Maybe a caused turnover chance? Yeah, it was. It was Virginia Heffernan again. She is the tip of the spear when it comes to that defensive attack. When you think about offense as the team attacking, she attacks you on defense, though. Lynchburg subs coming on. Number 22, Gabby Strano, sprinting off the sideline. See if Lynchburg can equalize here. Less than 5 minutes have gone by in this first period. Emmy Clay, 10 goals this season, 6 assists for the grad transfer from Virginia Beach. Now Sydney Dumas going to bounce around, looking to turn the corner. Randolph-Macon will have a lot of scouting data on Dumas. Look at her zigzagging through traffic to the rack and scoring. My goodness. Misses zigzag, let the cat right out the bag. We're tied. Sydney Dumas. Watch this back and forth here. Excellent stick handling to go along with the change of direction. I mean, Macon collapsed. There was 4 black jerseys around her. What a goal there for Sydney Dumas. It's career tally number 182. 32 on the season for Sydney Dumas. Just a constant change of direction. She had the defenders on skates. That's a term you hear about on the basketball court. Really, really impressive there. We are tied 1-0. And who else but Sydney Dumas? She'll be looking for more. I mentioned Randolph-Macon will have plenty of scouting reports. They'll understand what the coverages are supposed to be on Sydney Dumas. And you could say the same thing for Lynchburg defensively, especially when it comes to Lily Fowler. The senior has scored 142 in her career. 106 for Fowler as well. Now, that's rare to get over 100 goals and 100 assists. That speaks to Fowler's talents. Let's see if Macon can get her involved. The sophomore contributors are really, really good for Randolph-Macon, including Reese Toth. She's a sophomore. Campbell Conway, sophomore. One of the better defenders, Haley Pierce, sophomore. Defense for Macon's really good, too. Another takeaway for Lynchburg. Taylor Doherty running the break. Options right and left. Decides to go left. Now it's over to McKenna Steinow. Point-blank range, and it's a bullseye. Lynchburg leads 2-1. Transition offense. Lynchburg going quickly from D to O. Taylor Doherty deserves a lot of the credit there. She galloped down the center line again. She's so good on the move. We don't talk about defenders like Taylor Doherty being point guards enough. She really, on the move, in transition, is so good about making herself a potent offensive option and knowing what other options she has. Mentioned scanning left and right. There was an extra pass in there to get it to McKenna Steinow. Fabulous stuff there for Lynchburg. See if the Hornets can win a draw control now. They lead 2-1. 2 unanswered so far for the home team. coached by Mackenzie Rafferty in her 3rd season. The assistant, Micah Slacum. What a tandem those two are. And again, really, they're getting more than just their fingerprints on the roster and the team and how they play now. It's more like the DNA now for Coach Raff and Coach Slacum. Emmy Clay going up high to win the jump ball. She will get that one. Lynchburg might start rolling now. See if the Hornets can use this momentum. McKenna Steinow starting right now, jogging left. Chastity Corner in the game for Lynchburg. Scored a goal against EMU. Lynchburg got a lot of players, their first goals of the season against EMU. Blowout wins are good for that. There can be good vibes games. I think Lynchburg saw what they needed to see from win number 8 on the season against EMU. Now Lynchburg with a tougher task. No disrespect to the Royals of EMU. This has been the team that has been a real stumbling block for Lynchburg. Steinow going to use the screen, passing to middle, crowded workspace there. Nice job by Randolph-Macon's defense to take that away. Looked like number 13, Lydia Lesnovich. Senior defender from Cantonsville, Maryland. Good takeaway there. She's been one of their best. Lynchburg trying to get it back. Hornets have been good about stalling other teams' clears, pressing with the attackers, trying to get the ball back. Interesting there. Lesnovich was kind of unsure of what the call was. She will pass out of that double team immediately. Smart by her. She was a little bit gassed after the long run. Ricker will bring it into the offensive zone again, now offload and trade places with number 26, Katie Benton. Benton from Richmond, Virginia. Macon will work behind the X. There's a high lofted pass. Grayson Cornelius will collect. She's dangerous. Watch for number 10. Watch number 10, Lily Fowler. Lynchburg marking her close. Fowler trying to come free with the cut over the middle. She'll look back for the ball. Not going to get it here. Lynchburg's got a good defensive coverage on Fowler right now. And Lynchburg all season has been good about taking away the other team's A1 option. You're never going to completely stop a player like that. If you can slow him down, it can prove very fruitful. Shot clock winding down to 5. Now 3, 2. They got the shot off. Ball was free briefly. Rebound. Randolph-Macon will get the rubber back and try again here with a fresh 60. Jackets work that clock all the way down. Released with about 1 second left. 2-1 ball game that has been intriguing so far. Probably an understatement. Maybe the first understatement of the game so far there by me. Again, I'm really impressed with Macon's foot speed. Side-to-side cutting abilities. You see Lily Fowler trying to break free again. Just hard to do it. She'll try to get in a crowd. Maybe become an option there. Shot clock down to 25. Loose pass. Ball is loose. Lynchburg takes it away. Fantastic work there by Megan Wheeler. Senior defender, we mentioned her in that trio that has been just a rock-solid wall for Lynchburg. Megan Wheeler. She's rangy, too, at 5'11". She can get to more of those grounders than other people. Uh-oh, watch out here. Trouble for Lynchburg. Taylor Doherty's going to restore some order to that after Zoe Adams saw her pass, get almost intercepted. Hard to talk here post 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night. Lynchburg's going to get that offense set up. Hornets lead 2-1, 2 unanswered for Lynchburg. Lynchburg, 21.5 points per game. They score 15.4 goals per game. That is tops in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. And these two teams have really high hopes. Washington and Lee, still kind of the top dog in the conference. I think both these teams have hopes that could change. Well, good defense there. How about that ride from Lydia Lesnovich? She's really good. She's a sticky defender back there. She's got Velcro. I've already seen her make a good little interception as our officials are going to stop play and talk things over. We can run down some more of those numbers for you. Randolph-Macon scores 11.22 goals per game. Jackets are 6-3 this season. They won 4 in a row from March 4th to the 14th, and then the most recent loss to Washington and Lee last week. Lynchburg has a 4-game win streak and also a 3-game win streak. They lost to Marywood on the road, and also the loss to Christopher Newport on the road. Hornets unbeaten on the turf here at Shelley, 5-0. Lynchburg's on the road this weekend to Roanoke. Then the next home game isn't till April the 18th, or April 8th, rather. April 8th, beg your pardon. Lynchburg does have about 10 days off there after that Roanoke game. Chance for Lynchburg to capitalize on a 6-on-5 opportunity. Hornets have been good in the woman up this year. They've been good in the free position. Uh-oh. That ball was saved briefly and then lost again. Sidney Dumas, just a hard time getting a grasp on it. I mentioned Lynchburg in those free positions. Haven't had one yet, so let's just hold that. We'll get to that number if and when it comes up. Takeaway there, though, for Randolph-Macon. Have to call a small win for the Jackets to go a woman down and cause not a disaster for Lynchburg, but certainly not what you want with a turnover there on just kind of an errant pass and a little bit of a lack of ball control. Hornets had a great time with their senior day on Saturday. Feels early in the season to be doing that, but they wanted to make sure they got it in on a Saturday so all the senior parents and families could be in attendance. And we see that in some of our other sports as well, that senior day won't necessarily come at the end of the season. Randolph-Macon on the move and looking dangerous. Oh, yeah, great connection there. Great connection there. The drive to draw the defender and then the cut right in front. Looks like we'll get another look at this. Let's confirm our goal scorer here. Yeah, it starts with that fantastic drive and then the catch and shoot in transition by Campbell Conway. Conway ties it, her 16th of the season. I believe it was Katie Benton, number 26. I mentioned that rack attack there that really freed up Conway. That was well designed and a good pass by Benton. 4th assist of the season should be anyway for Benton. We're tied. Deuces apiece here with just under 4 up to play in period number 1. Lynchburg's got Steinow and corner around the circle to try to win this draw control. It was Emmy Clay at the dot. Ball still free. Steinow digging for it. Can't come up with it. Another DC for Randolph-Macon. They've been good in that area so far. Lynchburg's defense will have to step up to the challenge one more time. Whistles blow. In fact, this is going to be a flag. We'll get the report here, and now we can tell you about those free positions. As Randolph-Macon will get our first one of the game. Macon right now, 42% in the free position opportunities. Well, that number's going up with a goal right there. A sprint and a shot from Haley Pierce, the sophomore from Mechanicsville, scores, and it gives the Yellow Jackets the lead back. Yeah, early shot and a bouncer. That was like on step 1.5 right there from Haley Pierce. So 23 of 53 now for Randolph-Macon on the free positions. Lynchburg, for context, is 57% on free positions. They're 25 for 44. We'll see how important that ends up being. You got to get them first to take advantage of them. Sometimes those free position opportunities just become a de facto possession stat. If you're getting a lot of those, it means you've had a lot of possession because you're getting fouled by the other team's defense a lot. Battle for the draw control is not won yet. Taylor Doherty will finally run it down on a ball that bounced deep into the Lynchburg zone. Macon scored first. 2 in a row from Lynchburg. Now Randolph-Macon on a little 2-goal run. Hornets will set up shop. Scoring on the cage to our right here in quarter number 1. 2:42 left to play in the opening frame. Pretty fast moving so far. Ball has stayed inbounds. No timeouts. nearly had the shot clock violation for the Yellow Jackets. So some lengthy possessions. Nice change of direction there. Defense was ready for it, but they weren't ready for the re-attack. Sydney Dumas, my goodness, where does she come from here? The replay may not even tell the story. She shot that in such a crowd. Watch this speed here. Sydney Dumas is feeling really, really good. She's an artist out there. She is painting it out there. Watch this. Tries to change direction. Got stopped there. Finds a little seam, a little crevice to squeeze through and score. Yeah, the architect of so many great Lynchburg goals has another one. 3-3. Tie game again. Get that on tape, Micah Adams, because we might be saying that a lot. Shout out to Micah Adams, Micah Madness, always staying dangerous. He's going to take his talents to the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. He's a Midwestern guy, though. We are sure going to miss Micah Adams. Go on the Lynchburg social media and make sure you like a bunch of posts, although you should have done that already. But could do it again or maybe comment. Another fight for the DC. Whew. Body's hitting the carpet. This is rugged lacrosse out there. Randolph-Macon's going to get another one. Give the Jackets a lot of credit on the draw control. We'll get some numbers for you here. I'll try to run them down in between quarters 1 and 2. That'll be a good place for that. Stats are going to be intriguing, I think. Lynchburg defense has been solid. There was Virginia Heffernan again, the tip of that spear, working hard for Lynchburg defensively. A chance for Macon. They go to the middle again. Soft passing, but nearly lost it. Now Macon will rebuild the possession. They like to send cutters in front of the cage. They like to get busy there in the dirt at the doorstep, and that's worked a lot for Randolph-Macon. Not just this season, but in years past as well. Chastity corner. Great job to wall up. No penetration allowed there on Chastity corner. We always talk about her full field game. Sideline to sideline, cage to cage. Great player. Ooh, Cutter was open in front briefly for the Jackets, but they couldn't feed it in there. 20 on the clock. Comes a move again. Chastity corner. More defense again. Fabulous. Plays low to the ground, too. It's that low center of gravity, side-to-side movement. Ed Smith, the director of strength and conditioning at Lynchburg, would love that. Cutter came free on the screening action and scored. That's Fowler. I mentioned you're really never going to deny her completely. She popped free out of the crowd. Pass was a little bit high. Her athleticism, no problem, though, as she snares this. Just 5'4". Watch her climb the ladder here. You see her trying to cut free, went left. Defender gets lost in the wash. Chastity corner tried to help, but Fowler, catch, shoot, goal. That is what she does so well. 29 on the season for Fowler. 143 in her career. Or is it 144? Got to double check the notes now. Macon 4, Lynchburg 3. Back and forth lacrosse so far. 49.5 seconds left to play. Draw control will be important, and then we'll see how each team chooses to proceed. Yeah, that's just Fowler's first goal of the game, so 143 in her career. But how does the team that wins this draw control proceed? Do they hold it and take it to quarter number 2, or do they think about maybe some kind of a buzzer beater try? Randolph-Macon was going to scamper out of there, but the officials say it was a bit too physical on the draw. So it will be a Lynchburg possession. And now we'll ask that question again. Do the Hornets hold? Maybe you probe a bit with some passes, and then if you get down to 10 seconds in the quarter and nothing's materialized, maybe then you just take it to period number 2. Lynchburg's going to set up a play here. Well, might have just freed up. Oh, yeah. Great save. McKenna Steinow stopped by the outstanding keeper, Jillian Gladden. Gladden's a senior from Maryland. Good save there. Lynchburg will not hold. Now Randolph-Macon will do the same. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Pressure from Lynchburg defensively. Macon possession, and we will go to quarter number 2. Fast-moving first sees the lemon and black on top by 1. 4-3, Randolph-Macon after 15.
If you want to know your customers, shop where they shop. Live where they live. And spend time with them as neighbors. With over 100 local offices, Virginia Farm Bureau agents are part of your community. If you want insurance from a company that knows you, get to know us.
After one on the turf at Schellenberger Field in Lynchburg, it's Randolph-Macon 4, the University of Lynchburg Hornets 3. Kyle Haney getting ready to start the second quarter. Statistically, actually not as big of a divide as I thought there might be. It's 4 draw controls for Randolph-Macon, 3 for Lynchburg. Macon's got 4 ground balls. Lynchburg's got 3. Randolph-Macon's turned it over 3 times. Lynchburg 2. Macon has 4 goals, 3 of those assisted. 1 for 1 on the free position shots. It was a goal from Cornelius, Fowler, Conway, and Pierce. So 4 different goal scorers for Randolph-Macon. Sidney Dumas has 2 for Lynchburg. McKenna Steinow 1. In fact, they're the only players that have taken shots so far. Through the first 15, it's a 1-goal game. Randolph-Macon scored first. Lynchburg got 2 straight. Macon 2 straight. We were tied at 3-3, and now it's 4-3. As a whistle will blow, team switch ends. Randolph-Macon in the black, moving left to right. Lynchburg scoring on the goal closest to Turner Gymnasium here. We're in the Hill City of Lynchburg, Central Virginia. We're glad to be hanging out with you for ODAC Lacrosse. Second free position opportunity of the game for Randolph-Macon. They're 1 for 1 so far. It was an early shot last time. More steps this time for Fowler. Fakes high, goes low, scores goal number 2 of the game, and Randolph-Macon leads by 2. Biggest lead of the contest so far. We're only 56 seconds into the second period. Watch the foot speed here. Stick skills with the fakes to get Owings guessing a bit and then scoring it. Great location, too. Low right side of the goal from her perspective. Low left side from the keeper Owings, which is going to be the toughest for a right-handed goalie to stop. And Fowler's been tough to stop her entire career. 144 now for Fowler. She got 30 on the season, a senior from Phoenix, Maryland. First team all ODAC player last year. Most points in the ODAC last season. Most points per game as well. And last season, she had the 4th most assist in program history in 1 year. 51 dimes last year for Fowler. So again, she's an outstanding finisher. We saw that as Lynchburg will run down a hard-fought draw control. Fowler is an outstanding finisher. We just saw that. But numbers will also tell you she is a passer as well. She can drop dimes on you. Now it's time for Lynchburg to try to pull within 1. Got to make the most of every possession in a game like this. Both teams were perfect on the clears in quarter 1, by the way. Mention that stat for you. See if it continues to be a lot of Steinow and Dumas, or perhaps Lynchburg opportunities coming up for other players. We know Emmy Clay is a proven goal-scoring commodity. Lily Messinillo, the first year, has been great for Lynchburg. Scoring goals, not in bunches, but it seems like she gets one seemingly every game. Messinillo's got 12. Maya Hausauer, second or third on the team in goals with 16. Turnover there for Lynchburg. Got to hustle back. Number 7, Sydney Walsh. Thought about continuing the attack, but instead decides to offload back. She'll head back and play some defense and let the attacking women and the middies step up and try to score goal number 6 for Randolph-Macon. 5-3 right now. To give you the stat again, in the last 3 seasons, 5 of 6 have been decided by just 1 goal. There's only 1 blowout in there. And Randolph-Macon also 4-2 in the last 3 seasons, by the way. 4-2. And 3 years, 6 meetings, that tells you these squads have been matching up in the tournament the last 3 years as well. And that could happen again potentially. Maybe not first round, maybe second round, maybe finals. You never know. You really don't. I think that's, again, the goal for both these teams and their coaches, and I think that's an achievable goal for both of these teams. Get to an ODAC final. Won't be easy, but it's attainable. Oh, great cut, set up front. Crash out in front of the goal. I think the player was in the crease is the call there. For Olivia Owings, you can feel good about that because you got to stop even with the player being in the crease. Lynchburg trying to clear. Wheeler to Taylor Doherty. Doherty starting left, angles back to her right. So good on the move. We pointed this out earlier. Her fast-breaking offensive skills led to a Lynchburg goal. That was McKenna Steinau's goal. If you could give a second assist like hockey, Doherty would have definitely earned one on that sequence. Lynchburg patient rather. Neely Morris, she can be a quarterback at the top. She'll underhand it to McKenna Steinau. Steinau is going to work through. Sydney Dumas, high right point, working to center. Passing to a cutter, that's Neely Morris. Morris shot over the bar. Possession kind of shot there. Knew she had players behind. Lily Messinillo. Ooh, Messinillo fumble, trying to get it back. Scramble for it, becomes airborne. Messinillo will finally win the ball back. Now she'll look to settle things with 24 on the shot clock. Sydney Dumas. She's a one-woman clock beater, a one-woman scheme breaker. Tried to split a double team. Got dumped on the turf. Macon fans don't like it. That was number 13, Lilia Lesnovich, who was in the mix again. Here comes Sydney Dumas. First free position look for Lynchburg in the ball game. Down by 2. Dumas in the sprinter stance. Shoots, misses wide left. She got ransacked from behind at the end of the shot. Lynchburg's going to keep the possession. 7 on the shot clock, though. Morris knows it. Here's the call. Trying to turn the corner. Elects to pass. It was batted towards the net by McKenna Steinau. And it will be a turnover for Lynchburg. I think Steinau, knowing that there wasn't much time on the clock, actually didn't try to catch that ball, but actually did try to whack it field hockey style at the goal. That was the Sydney Dumas play there where she got waylaid after the shot. See if Lynchburg can stand tall defensively again. Thoroughly impressed with Randolph-Macon offensively. 5 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Been saying that about Lynchburg a lot this year. You really get a lot of players involved. Hard for the defense to key on any one. And when you have Lily Fowler, you know she can get you goals, but she can also be a decoy at times as well. She can take a really good defender with her. That's sort of the idea when you got one of those sharpshooters, one of those headhunters like Fowler is that can score on anybody. Really good as a decoy. We mentioned her passing skills as well. Over 100 assists. Remarkable. Down to 20 seconds here. Patient possession. Probing. Virginia Heffernan, good job away from the goal that time. She does a lot of her hard work near the cage. That time, she had some range on that defensive sequence. Pass to the front. Here we go again. Fowler saved by Owings. She got staggered, fell back on her wallet there, but held on to it. Nice job by Owings. sighted that well, timed it. Beautiful. She has been solid all season long, and just a freshman, by the way, Olivia Owings. I know Lynchburg fans know that. First year from Midlothian. Top 10 in the nation in goals against average. She's been in the cage for every minute this season for Lynchburg. And opponents are scoring 7.5 goals per game. 7.5 goals per game against Owings and the rest of the Lynchburg defense. And there's some line in there about your best defense is a good offense. Maybe it's the other way around, but if you're possessing the ball more and you're scoring more, well, the other team's going to get less chances to score on you. Draw controls are a factor in there. How about a move to the goal there, just barging in. And the door is open. At the end of it, had a collision. I thought they called goal there for McKenna Steinow. Let's review, fans. Here's Steinow. Fakes topside, goes goal line extended, squeezes in. Yeah, I mean, that ball's in the back of the cage. Maybe the discussion is whether she was in the crease or not. They have called a goal. Good job by the refs to get together and talk it over. I like that. 6 eyes, better than one. Steinau's got her second of the game. For McKenna Steinow, it's goal number 32 on the season. 123 in her outstanding career. McKenna Steinow, senior, Annapolis, Maryland. Lynchburg is down by 1. A pair apiece from Steinow and Dumas. Again, we know what they can do. When does Lynchburg go to somebody else? And sometimes it's what the defense is giving you. You can call plays and you can have ideas to get a certain player the ball. Or you see a matchup previously and you say, hey, if you've got this defender covering you, let's take her to the cage. Let's drive on her. Let's dodge on her. But other times, goals just present themselves, and you're never going to tell Steinow or Dumas not to shoot. That's never going to be something that Mackenzie Rafferty says. Never say never. But I doubt Coach Raff is ever going to tell Sydney Dumas or McKenna Steinow to shoot less. File that under my opinion, though. That's not fact. Important draw control. Aren't they all in a game like this? In a game that you figure is going to come down to 1 goal. 13-12 was the scoreline in both matchups last year. 13-12. In 2024, Lynchburg won the regular season meeting and then lost in the tournament. Randolph-Macon has ended Lynchburg's season 3 times in a row. These Lynchburg seniors, you feel like it's a chip on their shoulder. They want to return the favor in tournament play, and even though this is a regular season game, it's a game Lynchburg is not going to need any extra incentive to get up for. They're going to want to get this win against Randolph-Macon. Jackets are making it hard on them right now. Visitors lead by 1. Just over midway through quarter number 2. Macon has used some really patient possessions. Chastity corner again, doing well to defend Grayson Cornelius. We've remarked about corners defense several times today. Just one of those midfielders you have to have if you want to be successful. You have to have some players like her who can really be great defensively. They can really run the field. Over the shoulder shot. Owings, no problem there. It was number 18, Campbell Conway, who has scored in this ball game. Owings takes it out of the sky. Looked like it was going to be high, but I think you always want your goalie to get everything they can because that's going to make it easier to start your offense. Plus, you don't know who's back there behind the cage necessarily. Megan Wheeler's going to come off. I think that's a personnel change, although look now, Wheeler's staying on. She's just chatting with Coach Micah Slacum a bit. Mackenzie Rafferty, the head coach, is further down towards the Lynchburg offensive zone. Hornets with a chance to equalize now. Emmy Clay. Won't say she's been quiet. She hasn't had a ton of opportunities. No shots yet for Emmy Clay. Kenna Steinow will work off the Clay screen. Gets rerouted by Sydney Walsh. Good defense there by the 5'7" senior Sydney Walsh. Battle in front. Rubber was free briefly and then picked up by the goalie Gladden. Gladden with a good job to scramble to that. Those best goalies, in addition to stopping shots, they're great with the grounders. They get to those first. Bigger stick helps, but also got to use the feet and everything else. Gladden taking a long time with this ball. She's still. Took a long time to make a decision and for a passing option to make themselves available for. But now, after all that, might turn into a fast break for Macon. Did use up a lot of that clock, but still 50 on it here as they do get the offense set up, leading 5-4. 4:35 left to play in half number one. 4 quarters of 15 minutes apiece. Lynchburg has won 2 overtime games on the turf here at Schellenberger this season. Randolph-Macon, no overtime games this year, by the way. First period is the highest scoring period for Randolph-Macon. Mentioned they had a 7-4 first period against Washington and Lee, but it was 7 to the bad, 4 to the good from the Randolph-Macon perspective. Turnover, Lynchburg ball on the move. To the middle, there's Chastity corner. Full speed, she'll angle to the right sideline. Lynchburg with another chance to equalize. We've said that a few times. They've had it in the offensive zone. Hornets just unable to cash in so far. We were tied up at 3-3. That's why I made my comment about put that on tape or digital recording. But we haven't needed it again, at least not yet anyway. So one tie. Well, we were tied up at 1-1. Pardon me. 2 ties. Dumas off the Messineo screen. Passes back to McKenna Steinow. Steinow going to hit Clay in stride. Couldn't get the shot off. And then a fumble. Clay's going to dig it back. Nice job to stay composed. Didn't allow Randolph-Macon a chance for the cause turnover. Maya Halsauer. Halsauer dodging, running right. Forced away from the cage. Great defense from Randolph-Macon. Here's Clay. She'll turn. She'll shoot. High rebound. Ball loose. Steinow tried to wipe it free out of there, but instead, it's the Jackets that come out of the fire. And they look to run the other direction. I've talked at length about that Lynchburg defensive trio and the midfielders that help out as well. How about this? How about just mob rule right there? Steinow and Dumas, when they double team you, they put so much pressure on you, but it was too much physicality. Layla Omar, by the way, with that takeaway there. And she did so much of the work getting bracketed by those 2 stars from Lynchburg. Omar in her career, 43 caused turnovers. Senior from Annandale, Virginia. Good play. All right, Lynchburg defense going to step up again. We'll talk about that Macon defense some more, though. Both teams' defenses. I mean, I know we got 9 goals combined. Nobody's pitching a shutout. Good cut in front. That was number 31, Haley Pierce. But Pierce could not collect the hot pass. A little just too hot to handle there. Megan Wheeler was in the mix defensively there for Lynchburg. Give the defense some credit, although Pierce would probably tell you she should have collected that ball in the basket and finished. Under 2 to play in the first half. See if Lynchburg can get some momentum and get to the locker room tied. Head coach Mackenzie Rafferty, left side of your screen there, red top. Giving the instructions. I think telling her team to be patient. Lynchburg will get new personnel. McKenna Steinow returning to the offensive side. She was on the bench. There's Steinow, number 31 in white, with the ball briefly. Lynchburg will swing it around the horn. No, they'll go back to Steinow, left of center. She'll maybe think about getting a run started. Here's Dumas, always lively, always hopping around. Long pass to the middle. Messineo got dumped. No whistle yet. Play on. Rugged brand of lacrosse here. Lynchburg's going to come out of the fire. Chastity corner was getting whacked. Now it's McKenna Steinow. Somehow, I mean, putting her hand in the oven without the hand protection. That's getting fierce out there. Refs are letting them play a little bit. Lynchburg still 45 on the clock. Shot clock is off here. They tried to free up Messineo in front previously. And that got poked away. Hausauer looking around. Short pass to Sydney Dumas. Half a minute to play now in the first half. Dumas turning the corner. Thinks about the fake. Reroute. Messineo in front. Thought she got hit. Maybe. Play on, though, and it's a takeaway from Randolph-Macon. Jackets have 17 seconds. Long run here. As number 31, Haley Pierce, will carry the pizza down the right sideline. Now Pierce is going to hit the brakes. 5 seconds on the first half clock. Looked at the bench. They said, you got to go. That hit the side of the net. Didn't go in. And the horn will sound to end half number 1. Wow. Rugged stuff on the turf here at Schellenberger. The visitors go to the halftime break on top by 1. We're back in a flash here. You're watching LHSN on Flo College.
Field turf was built on innovation, dating back to our invention of long-piled infield turf, which revolutionized the industry. Today, we offer a series of game-changing fibers, high-performance infills, sport-specific applications, and smart field technology. Field turf. Let's change the game together.
Get small classes, nationally recognized mentoring and advising, and a community that has your back every step of the way at the University of Lynchburg.
Be ready for anything, okay?
Come on, let's go together! Together, let's go! Come on! Let's go! Keep going!
There is the depth to it. Straight? Yeah, yep. Okay. Cool. Good one. All right, guys, you see the meat grinder down here? Stay in the boat. Let's go.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
My name is Joshua Carr. I am a senior. I am a theater major as well as a history minor. I live in 5th Street, the historic black neighborhood. The money came in, transfer, scholarship, all that. I appreciate that greatly. I'm smart too. So they gave it like, you smart, here, here, here. You know what I'm saying? You come here to do a job. I came here to do a job. A student's job is to get that degree and make something of ourselves. I love the diversity here. I love the different interests of people here. I can teach somebody that doesn't know what I know, and that person can teach me something that I don't know that they know. So that's what I love about my school. They respect that and they allow us to showcase and voice our expressions. That's what you get here. You get diversity, you get different people with different knowledge coming together, sharing information and helping each other out. That's what I love. That's why I say people. I love the people here.
A company that knows you. Get to know us.
Field turf was built on innovation, dating back to our invention of long-piled infield turf, which revolutionized the industry. Today, we offer a series of game-changing fibers, high-performance infills, sport-specific applications, and smart field technology. Field turf. Let's change the game together.
Get small classes, nationally recognized mentoring and advising, and a community that has your back every step of the way at the University of Lynchburg.
Be ready for anything, okay?
Come on, let's go together. Together, let's go. Come on. Let's go, keep going. There is pedestrian. Straight? Yep. Yeah. Cool. Good one.
All right, guys, you see the meat grinder down here?
Stay in the boat. Let's go. Camera? Oh, what'd you think of that? Woo!
My name is Joshua Carr. I am a senior. I am a theater major as well as a history minor. I live in 5th Street, the historic black neighborhood. The money came in, transfer, scholarship, all that. I appreciate that greatly. I'm smart too. So they gave it like, you smart, here, here, here. You know what I'm saying? You come here to do a job. I came here to do a job. A student's job is to get that degree and make something of ourselves. I love the diversity here. I love the different interests of people here. I can teach somebody that doesn't know what I know, and that person can teach me something that I don't know that they know. So that's what I love about my school. They respect that and they allow us to showcase and voice our expressions. That's what you get here. You get diversity, you get different people with different knowledge coming together, sharing information and helping each other out. That's what I love. That's why I say people. I love the people here.
Just about go for liftoff here in quarter number 3 at halftime. It's Randolph-Macon 5, Lynchburg 4. The stat rundown in the first period, it was 4-3, so that was a 1-1 second quarter. 3 assists for Randolph-Macon, 13 shots, 7 on frame, 2 free positions. They're 1 for 2 there. 9 ground balls for the Jackets. They're 7 for 7 in the clears. They have won 5 draw controls. Lynchburg has won 4. Hornets actually have more turnovers now, so a couple extra turnovers in the second quarter for Lynchburg. Lynchburg has 4 goals, 1 assisted. It's 2 apiece for McKenna Steinow and Sidney Dumas. Lynchburg has 10 shots, 7 on goal. 1 free position for Lynchburg, 5 grounders, 4 saves, 3 saves for Randolph-Macon, 5 caused turnovers for Lynchburg. Opening draw of half number 2 goes to Randolph-Macon. I mentioned early on feeling like the Jackets were sort of pulling away in that area, but statistically, not exactly. Although, with that one, they should be, yes, just 6-4 now. 6-4 in the DCs for Randolph-Macon. Jackets coming out, looking to score early. They've used a lot of patient, methodical possessions, using a lot of the shot clock. High pass there. It looked like somebody might have come across the red line. It'll be Lynchburg ball on the turnover. Hornets head the other direction. Goals for Randolph-Macon. Lynchburg's not going to quite head the other direction just yet. Goals for Macon. Cornelius has 1, Fowler 2, Conway 1, Pierce 1. 5 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Lynchburg has 2 goal scorers. And for Lynchburg, Neely Morris has a shot. Yeah, that was a shot where the clock was kind of winding down. But only 3 players have taken shots for Lynchburg. Steinow and Dumas have 4. Now, I'm not against that, really, for Lynchburg, but we have just seen them use so many different goal scorers throughout the season. It is maybe a little bit different than what we have normally seen. We've still got the bulk of the third quarter to play, though, so basically a half of lacrosse. Good feed to the front there. Steinow blocked. Wow, great save. Goalies have been good in this one. Jillian Gladden, senior goalie for Randolph-Macon. Lynchburg, their freshman, Olivia Owings, has been solid. Lynchburg had multiple possessions in quarter 2 to tie the game at 5-5. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it right there. The fantastic save. Great setup for Lynchburg. Maybe take some confidence from that. I think Lynchburg should take some confidence from that going forward. Number 16, Sam Goodale in the mix. Now it's Fowler. Dancing, feeding, and a goal. Great pass to number 2, Brooklyn Ricker. Ricker, catch and fire, and now it's Randolph-Macon by 2 again. This matches the biggest advantage of the ball game. Fowler, assist number 21 on the season. How about 107 in her career? And the window there. Thread. Fantastic dish. Hornets have 2 assists. For Randolph-Macon, now it's 6 goals. 4 of them are assisted. Fowler's got 3 points already, 2 goals and an assist. Live stats gave that goal to Lynchburg. It should be 6-4 Lynchburg. And we'll wait for him to refresh here. Another important draw control. Lynchburg, hate to say they need to get one of these, but they are becoming more necessary, aren't they? as the game goes on in a close game. And it's another win for the Yellow Jackets. Randolph-Macon looking to score quick. That one wide right. Jackets will maintain the possession here. Still the bulk of the shot clock to work with in a 2-goal game, 6-4. Randolph-Macon. Speed from Ricker. Ricker just scored. Maybe she's got the hot hand. Tried to flip it to Fowler, who was cutting across left to right. Taylor Doherty, nice defense there. Using the long arms and legs to take away the space. No angles to attack for Randolph-Macon. On that sequence anyway. Number 4, Grayson Cornelius with the ball briefly. She scored once. Here's Fowler, fakes right, spins, gets in and scores it. Squeezing it through. Fowler's got a hat trick. And all of a sudden the Yellow Jackets look like they are taking command. Randolph-Macon by 3. Fowler's got 3. Lily Fowler has been very good against Lynchburg in her career. Game winner against Lynchburg last year. Game tire against Lynchburg late in the game back in 2023. She scored in every contest this season. Multiple goals now in 8 of 10. She's got assists in 9 of 10. Lily Fowler at her best. And she is inserting herself again. Can Lynchburg change the defensive coverages a bit? Can Lynchburg win a draw control? Again, they're feeling critical going forward. And the game of lacrosse, so interesting in the fact that, most sports, when you give up a goal or a score, you then get the ball automatically. Maybe football's slightly different because you could kick an onside kick. But not many sports can you score and then keep scoring over and over and over again. Lacrosse, you can do that, and momentum becomes ultra important. A possession now, finally, for Lynchburg. I don't know if I should say finally, though. We're less than 5 minutes into the third quarter. It just feels like Lynchburg hasn't done a whole lot with the rubber in quarter 3. They've got it now. Must maximize all your opportunities here if you're Lynchburg. Only down 3. It's not panic time at all. And again, we're still got over 10 minutes in the quarter. Neely Morris tried to feed Messinillo. Dumas is going to swoop in and pick up the loose ball. Lofted pass up top for Hausauer. Hausauer going to look around. She's dangerous. Thinking about getting downhill, got pushed backwards. McKenna Stein now will survey the chessboard. She'll get pieces in motion. Slide came, got double covered. There's a pass through the middle. Lynchburg trying to regain possession. Neely Morris stick handling. Put a foot in the ground, thought about attacking. She'll reverse course. Still 25 on the shot clock. McKenna Stein now. Back to work for her from the middle. Neely Morris wanted it, got it. Now flips it inside. Messinillo will aim and fire. Yeah. Neely Morris with a fine setup right there. Messinillo so sturdy in the middle. That's where most of her goals have come from this season. Catching a pass in a crowd at the doorstep and converting. And Neely Morris got walled off there, but as she's backing away, gets the separation. Lily Messinillo with a tally. She becomes the 3rd goal scorer for Lynchburg. Hornets back within 2. Baker's dozen on the year for Messinillo, 13 for the first year. All right, Hornets are back in business. Back to the dot here and a chance to get some momentum of their own. A potential draw control win coming up for Lynchburg? Question mark. We'll see. 7-5 in the DCs right now in favor of Randolph-Macon. Talked about the Hornets' multiple very good options. Emmy Clay, Neely Morris are the first 2 that spring to mind. Clay will take this one. And then the wings, the players around it, are so important as well. Like Neely Morris, Emmy Clay will pick it up after a redirect from Neely Morris. Emmy Clay with some fancy stick work. She'll pass backwards. Lynchburg with some intent moving forward, Zoe Adams. We kept saying Hornets can tie, Hornets can tie. We had at least 3 possessions where we said that. Now it's a possession where we're going to say the Lynchburg Hornets can pull within 1. It's 7-5, lemon and black right now. Lynchburg in the white. They'll be on the road at Roanoke this Saturday. And then a bit of a layoff until April 8th when they host at home Hold that thought. I was going to run down the schedule, but bad time for that with a turnover. And Randolph-Macon looking to restore some order to the contest from their perspective. Number 31, Haley Pierce, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Long run and score. Boy, that's one of the longer runs and then shoot and score that you'll see. She traversed a lot of ground and just kept going. She looked around for the offload. So often you make those long runs and you want to get rid of the ball. But finds herself with a chance to score here, yeah. Right-handed shooter. Got into it with hands free and smoked it home. 8-5, Macon by 3 again. Lynchburg has come from behind a couple times this season. Still think about that St. Mary's game. 9-7 win for Lynchburg. Pardon me. Randolph-Macon beat St. Mary's 9-7. Lynchburg beat St. Mary's College of Maryland 9-8. So back on February 18th, though. That's been a while. OT win against St. Mary's 9-8. OT win against Rhodes 16-15. Those are the close wins so far for Lynchburg. They lost to Marywood on the road 8-6. So 2 close wins, 1 close loss for Lynchburg. A chance here right off the draw. McKenna Steinow will pick it up. Lynchburg will settle play and get their offense going. For Randolph-Macon, they have an 8-5 loss to Mary Washington. Lost to Stevenson 14-8. Lost to Washington and Lee 13-9. I would file those. Uh-oh, turnover. Another turnover for Lynchburg. Bodied there, an ambush as Randolph-Macon was trying to head the other direction. Feels like this will be a card and a woman up opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Talking about 3 kind of quote unquote, air quotes, close losses for Randolph-Macon. They had a close win against Rhodes, beat the Lynx by 3. Remember, Lynchburg beat Rhodes by 1. 9-8 win against Marymount for Randolph-Macon. So 9-7 against St. Mary's. They have played some close games. They have not won them all. I think the argument could be made that the Yellow Jackets have played more close games than Lynchburg. Does that end up being big down the stretch in this one? Maybe. We'll see. Messineo with some pressure. Ooh, long pass there. Threaded nicely. Still not completely controlled, but it will get picked up now. On the bounce by Reese Toth. And the Jackets go to work again. Already, this matches their biggest advantage at 3, 8-5. A 4-goal lead would be something we haven't seen yet. Lynchburg has led by 1 in this ball game. Randolph-Macon scored first. Lynchburg answered with 2 of their own. That's the last time Lynchburg led, though, 2-1. Hornets got to play some defense. That's Megan Wheeler. Stick in the air, trying to use that long, rangy frame to give a tight window for a potential pass over the middle. We know Randolph-Macon early in the game was sending cutters through. And a lot of success with that action. Screens and cutters, screens and cutters. It was working well. Jackets have gone away from that a bit here in the half, or second half, rather. Here's one from behind goal line, extended save by Olivia Owings. She denied Lily Fowler. Fowler, one of the all-time best. Great save there by Owings. Lynchburg needed that. Needed that in a big way. Carmen Nicolas on the move. Faked the pass nicely and then used the feet to get some space. Isabella Vogel. Haven't called Bella Vogel's name too much in this one. She's in the mix right now. Both teams are working hard. 7:08 left to play. In quarter number 3, there is still plenty of time for Lynchburg. There's a lot of lacrosse to play. You certainly think if you're Lynchburg, goal here, maybe one more going into the 4th, kind of sets you up, gets you where you want to be. Maybe not realistic to think you're going to go on a 3-goal run and have this game tied going into the 4th. But if you can just cut it down a bit, snagged out of the air. Fantastic goalkeeping by Jillian Gladden. On the intercept. Love it when the goalie is active. Gladden has been at times when she's needed to be. A couple good saves from her. And she's held a very good and dynamic Lynchburg offense to 5 goals. 5 goals through 2.5 quarters. This is a Lynchburg team. If you need a reminder about the stats here, as the Hornets get a turnover and maybe a chance to score, Lynchburg averages just south of 15.5 goals per game. Highest scoring team in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference right now. Lynchburg has had some big scoring outbursts this season. 23 against EMU. They got 20 against Hood. 20-0 against Sweetbriar. Goals harder to come by in this one so far, due in large part to Randolph-Macon's defense. Steady work on the draw control for Macon as well. Turnover. Lynchburg lost another one. Hornets are going to try to get the ball back. Can they? On the carpet for a bit here. Nice job, Strano on the take back. Sydney Dumas directing traffic from the high right point. Just had the hand out, saying, no, hang on. Now a lofted cross-field pass to Neely Morris. Hornets are getting the crowd behind them. There's a Let's Go Hornets chant out there. Dumas with room. Fakes the shot. Going to run around the cage. Foul. Dumas is going to get a free position opportunity. Yeah, the benches have been exciting all game long, but got the crowd with a little Let's Go Hornet chant out there. Let's Go Hornets with an S. All right, Sydney Dumas. Ready to rock and roll here with her team down 3. Waiting in, scoring. Bar down as she took more contact at the end of that. Sydney Dumas scores. And Lynchburg clawing back in it. Watch this one. Gets hit once and then kind of tripped at the end of it. Crash out there by a Macon defender. Goal is good. And Lynchburg trails by 2. 8-6 ball game. Big time stuff there. And it will bring a timeout. We'll use this opportunity to catch a breather with 4:47 left to play in period 3. It's Randolph-Macon 8, Lynchburg 6.
If you want to know your customers, shop where they shop. Live where they live. And spend time with them as neighbors. With over 100 local offices, Virginia Farm Bureau agents are part of your community. If you want insurance from a company that knows you, get to know us.
Third quarter action between Randolph-Macon and Lynchburg women's lacrosse, ODAC women's lacrosse here on a Wednesday night, 8:10 Eastern Daylight Savings Time here in the Hill City of Lynchburg. Career hat trick number 35 for Sydney Dumas. 184 goals in her career, the senior from Kennebunk, Maine. As Micah Adams, even on his last day on the clock here, is hard at work in the press box. My name is Kyle Haney. Always, always an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to watch some lacrosse with you. I screwed that up earlier when I said that today at the baseball game, but got it right that time. I guess it doesn't have to come in that order. Another draw control for Randolph-Macon. Jackets lead down to 2. It was in a bit of a danger area, though, for Lynchburg. As Randolph-Macon threatened to make it a 5-goal margin at one point. Now the Yellow Jackets look to go back up 3 in an 8-6 ball game. A game where Randolph-Macon scored first, then 2 from Lynchburg. And since then, Jackets have gotten the better of things. Not every minute of play has been dominated by Randolph-Macon. And I think just by saying they've gotten the better of it doesn't mean they've dominated things at all. But Randolph-Macon leads by 2. Scoreboard tells the story, right? Nice defense there by Megan Wheeler. Really forced a long run from Cammie McNeely. Jackets have used some lengthy possessions. I know we've said that in our dialogue already a bit, but worth repeating. I think Randolph-Macon is in no hurry at all. 20 on the clock now. Chastity corner. More great defense for Lynchburg. Can't say enough about the good things she has done. Still more heavy lifting to go, though. 10 on the timer now for Randolph-Macon. They file this under one of those long possessions. Fowler looking for room. Can't find it. Redirected. 2, 3. She knew the clock was winding down. Kind of a blind fire there. It was well high. Lynchburg's defense can feel really, really good about that. A shot clock violation as time runs out on Randolph-Macon. Now, Lynchburg. I was going to say it's time for Lynchburg to see if they could pull within 1, but a turnover in the midfield. Jackets with an opportunity. Let's see if they try to score here or maybe just get settled. And run a lot of time off that shot clock again. And you got to think they just killed 90 seconds. If they took this clock all the way down again, that's 3 minutes that they've used up. And when you're the team in the lead, I think game theory and the tactics of how to win would tell you, use that clock to your advantage. No, watch out. They're going to try to score here. Good defense from Lynchburg. Too physical on the defense, though, as this will produce a free position opportunity. That's Cammie McNeely. No, that's number 28 or number 26, Katie Benton. McNeely's 29. Benton is 26. 28 is Emma Moxham. Here's the shot and the score. We better figure out who it is because they just got Randolph-Macon's 9th goal. It's number 28, Emma Moxham. 5'2", senior midi from Street, Maryland. Scores. Randolph-Macon. Ricker has 1. Cornelius has 1. Conway 1. Moxham 1. Pierce with 2 goals and Fowler with 3. It's 9 goals from 6 different players for Randolph-Macon. 9 from 6. Lynchburg with a hat trick from Sydney Dumas. McKenna Steinow with 2 first-half goals. 1 tally from Lily Messinillo. So Lynchburg has 6 goals from 3. Back to the importance of these draws. Macon 8-7 a lead in draw controls right now. Randolph-Macon dominating the ground ball category. How about 12 for the Yellow Jackets, 5 for the Lynchburg Hornets? The dash is on. Lynchburg will win that one. Emmy Clay looking around for options, finds one. Spin moves from Hausauer. Hausauer to the far sideline for Sydney Dumas. Dumas is going to take some time and look over the battlefield here. Lynchburg down by 3. Back to these critical possessions for both teams, but certainly the squad trailing probably feels like there's higher leverage in the possessions, if that makes sense. It's more important to maximize your opportunities. If you're up by 3, you're Randolph-Macon, sure, you don't want to throw away a possession, but you got a 3-goal wiggle room. Lynchburg, they don't have that room. Hausauer. She'll get forced down, goal line extended, now go to work behind the cage. Lynchburg, no cutters coming through just yet. Hausauer going to try to do it on her own. She got bodied and the ball dislodged. Physical play has been the order of the day or the evening. Referees have let the teams play quite a bit. We think maybe a bit more than average. Maybe an average amount of physical play. Lynchburg, how about that? 4 defenders around the ball. Can they pry it free? They might here on a bad pass, though. Steinow trying to win a foot race to the ground ball. Not going to get there. Lynchburg still whacking away at it. Here comes the foul. Sydney Dumas with a green card. She'll have a seat. Randolph-Macon, how about Lily Fowler? She can split a double team with her speed and savvy. High IQ, she'll pass right. And now Randolph-Macon will take the possession into quarter number 4. Through 3 on the turf at Shelley. Lynchburg is down by 3. Work to do for the Hornets if they want to stay unbeaten at home. Don't miss the conclusion. It's coming your way next. LHSN on Flo.
Field turf was built on innovation, dating back to our invention of long-piled infield turf, which revolutionized the industry. Today, we offer a series of game-changing fibers, high-performance infills, sport-specific applications, and smart field technology. Field turf. Let's change the game together.
Get small classes, nationally recognized mentoring and advising, and a community that has your back every step of the way at the University of Lynchburg.
Be ready for anything, okay?
15 more minutes left in regulation in the Hill City. Randolph-Macon, the visitors from Ashland, on top, 9-6. 20 shots for Macon. They've got 9 goals from 6 different players. 4 are assisted. 13 ground balls for Randolph-Macon. To tell you, that's really the standout area statistically. 13 grounders to just 5 for Lynchburg. Lynchburg has had 12 turnovers, Macon only 8. There's a discrepancy there. Teams are actually even on the draw controls now, 8 apiece for both squads. Everything critical going forward, and especially if you're Lynchburg trying to erase a 3-goal deficit. Randolph-Macon starts with possession after ending the third period with the ball. Keep your eyes on number 10.
Come on, let's go together.
Picked up a loose ball, and now Macon has it back. They'll look to get reorganized here. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Randolph-Macon had a shot clock violation late in the third. Very complimentary of Lynchburg's defense all game long. Got to say Randolph-Macon's defense maybe even better. I think if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, you're probably saying, hey, take the maybe off of it. Here comes a drive. Chastity corner. Good defense there. Long possession. Jacket's going to get a shot. They're not. Horn sounds. That one came after the horn. It was wide left anyway. Another shot clock violation. I think, again, multiple things can be true here. Lynchburg did play some great defense. Also, Randolph-Macon content to use up a lot of that clock since they have the 3-goal lead. Goals tonight for the Jackets. 1 from Ricker, 1 from Cornelius, 1 from Conway, 1 from Moxham, 2 from Haley Pierce, and Lily Fowler leads the way with the hat trick. 3 goals, 1 assist for Fowler. Lynchburg, only 3 goal scorers. 3 from Dumas, 2 from McKenna Steinow, 1 from Lily Messinillo. Here's a drive again. Working left to right across the face of the cage. McKenna Steinow got dropped. This will be a yellow card, which is a bit more egregious than the green. maybe more than just a misdemeanor here. It'll be a free position opportunity for Lynchburg and McKenna Steinow. Steinow's got 32 on the season, 123 in her career. Lynchburg coming into the ball game, best free position percentage. Slow that down a bit. Best free position percentage in the ODAC, 57%. And I said earlier in the game, you'd love to get some more of these so you can lean on something that you're good at, an area of the game that is a separator for Lynchburg. Every team wants to be good in the free positions. They work on it. Steinow, she'll go to work, clocking in and got stopped. Another fantastic save by Gladden. Gladden has been outstanding in net for Randolph-Macon. Still Lynchburg possession, though, so the threat is not over yet for the Jackets. As they defend a 3-goal lead in the cage to our left, Randolph-Macon in the road blacks, Lynchburg in the home whites. Unbeaten on the turf at Shelley. They were looking for Chastity, corner in the middle. Couldn't catch, ball went through, and it's a turnover. Gladden will distribute. Lynchburg pressure here. If you look at the caused turnover numbers, some of the leaders in that category for Lynchburg are the attackers. Chastity corner is going to run down this loose ball. Feeding up the far right sideline to Sydney Dumas. Dumas in transit and in traffic. Yeah, she's really gotten leaned on and hit. Back to the referees have let the teams play, and I like that. Sydney Dumas probably wondering, what do I got to do to get a call? Dumas has 3 goals, by the way, and that is career hat trick number 35 for Sydney Dumas. She's getting close to 200. Sydney Dumas is literally rewriting the Lynchburg women's lacrosse record book. And when we look at some of those records, sometimes it can be harder to talk about that stuff in a close game, in a game where you're trying to get win number 9 on the season. Lynchburg comes in at 8-2. Randolph-Macon 6-3. Jackets have had Lynchburg's number. They have ended Lynchburg's season the last 3 years. So for their seniors, this is grudge match territory for Lynchburg. Now the Hornets have won 2 games in the last few seasons against Macon, but those came in the regular season. Hornets looking for a regular season win there. Rifle of a shot, but it is stopped again. Well, Gladden, we're not throwing enough praise her way. Jillian Gladden has been an absolute delight for Randolph-Macon. Macon going to try to build it from the back here. Clear numbers for both teams have been good, not 100%, and this one was getting dicey. So head coach M.K. Jaratowski will use a timeout. Hey, we'll pause again. 11:09 left to play in regulation. Yellow Jackets 9, Hornets 6. LHSN on Flo.
Together, let's go! Come on! Let's go! Keep going! There is the death trip. Straight? Straight up, yep. Yeah. Cool. Good one.
All right, guys, you see the meat grinder down here?
Stay in the boat. Let's go.
$11 and change for Lynchburg. Could the comeback be on here? Lynchburg undefeated on the home turf at Shelley this season. Randolph-Macon. For reference, the Jackets this year on the road are 2-1. 6-3 overall for Randolph-Macon. They've won 4 out of the last 6, and 5 of the last 6 decided by 1 goal. I'll say it again. This game is more often than not decided by 1 goal. Pressure by Lynchburg's attack will lead to the turnover. Sydney Dumas Far right side, now she'll pass to center. How does Lynchburg proceed here, down by 3? Back to every possession is going to be critical. But if you cause more turnovers, then you're going to get more possessions. And then back to that draw control being ultra important. Everything important going forward. 10.5 to play. Chastity corner, jog, now sprint. Looking to her left and passing to Sydney Dumas. Dumas up top. The entire field to work with plenty of bodies in the way. She'll turn, shoot, block, got to the ball first. Rebound free and then hustled over to the left side. McKenna Steinow. Now might be her turn to try to operate. Steinow, pass first option. Now she'll present herself as a goal scorer. She will fire and make it. Tight window right there. McKenna Steinow moving down to right goal line extended. Lets this fly, and it's goal number 3. Hat trick for McKenna Steinow. She has 3. Dumas has 3. Lily Messinillo with 1. Look at this. Oh, yeah, that is fantastic. We have been so complimentary of the goalie Gladden. I don't think she was in a bad spot there at all, but McKenna Steinow, just an absolute bullseye. Big time there. Lynchburg pulls within 2. 9-7. Could the comeback be on? Still an uphill climb for Lynchburg. Feels like they're starting to build some momentum. Well, that's relative. I mean, if you're Randolph-Macon, you're probably thinking, no, we're in fine shape here. You'd always rather be the team up by 2. I overuse that line. I mean, comebacks and traction and momentum, they're very real, but still think the odds say you'd rather have the 2-goal lead with under 10 to play. Jillian Gladden, she has been a star for me. First team All-ODAC last year as a junior, so it shouldn't be a big surprise to the Randolph-Macon fans to see what she's been doing. In her career, the goals against average is 8.5 in her career. A little higher than that this year at 9.11 for the senior from Randolph-Macon. Now it's Lynchburg on the back foot again. As Randolph-Macon looks to carve through. That was number 2, Brooklyn Ricker with a run, but couldn't find any avenue to get to the cage, so she'll reset. Now high left point this time. Macon shot and goal. Big time there on the rebuild. It's kind of a different goal for Randolph-Macon. We mentioned a lot of cutters and feeds early. This one is going to be unassisted. So let's have a look at it. Emma Moxham, her second. Yeah, tail end of it. Fantastic accuracy again. Velocity so important in shooting, sure, but accuracy as well. Moxham had it right there, her second. And she joins the multi-goal scored group with Haley Pierce and also Lily Fowler. 3 players with multiple goals for Randolph-Macon. They lead by 3 again. Not exactly disaster for Lynchburg, but bumps that win predictor up just slightly for Randolph-Macon. Odds more in the Yellow Jackets' favor. 9:04 left to play. Emmy Clay giving chase. Neely Morris going to get to that one. Yes, she will. Absolutely necessary for Lynchburg. Imperative. They got one. Can the Hornets pull back within 2? And how will the Lynchburg Hornets try to build for goal number 8 in this one? Spread right now, trying to get that Randolph-Macon defense out just a bit. Give themselves some more room, some more seams, some angles to attack, potentially. Now Lynchburg's going to get something up. Maybe there, yeah, the cutter in the middle. Couldn't find her initially, though. Short pass, Chastity corner, backpedaling away. Now it's Sydney Dumas. Watch out, she's got room. Solo set here, left side. Nice individual defense by Randolph-Macon. Messinillo will pass high, top side. Reset coming with McKenna Steinow. A running start, straight down Main Street. No, she'll veer to the right avenue. Body dropped. Here comes a penalty. Say the phrase again, physical play was the order of the evening for a while. Perhaps the referee's tightening up a bit. I mean, you can be your own ref there at that one. That was high and hard. And usually that's going to get the call. Back to Lynchburg. Must take advantage, though. Must maximize these opportunities. Don't necessarily have to get a goal right off the free position. But you've got to take advantage here if you're Lynchburg. 7:55 left to play. Steinau will get the free position again from right of center. There's a yellow card on number 31, Haley Pierce. Yellow card for Pierce. So she's off. Pierce with 2 goals, by the way. Sophomore from Mechanicsville has been a standout. 2 goals in this one. Steinau ready. Look at the intent. Charging in and scoring. High to low shot from McKenna Steinau. She's got 4. She's got Lynchburg back within 2. 10-8 Jackets. Hornets check that box as far as they had to take advantage of that opportunity. They did. Didn't take McKenna Steinau long at all. Great location on a bouncer there. Good way to beat that talented goalie, Jillian Gladden. McKenna Steinau make it 34 on the season now and make it 125 in her career. 125 in the career for McKenna Steinau. Couple more here would be fruitful for Lynchburg. Neely Morris back on. She was originally going to go to the defensive side, and then Coach Rafferty said, no, be around the ring on this draw control. Emmy Clay back in the middle for Lynchburg. Number 21, Kylie Kirkoba at the draw for Randolph-Macon. Oh, pretty clean there from Emmy Clay. That's as good as it gets. At that draw, she'll feed Neely Morris, and Morris will gallop into the offensive zone. Okay, time for Lynchburg to maximize. Time for Lynchburg to put the hard hats on and punch that clock and go to work in the fourth quarter again. They did it against Rhodes on the home turf. They did it against St. Mary's on this turf. Can they do it again? Or can Randolph-Macon hold on to a 2-goal lead? A lead that was at 1.4 for Randolph-Macon. Chastity corner, catches, fakes the shot, and then back out. Lynchburg probing. When do they knife in? When do they get the scalpel out? Up top for Neely Morris. Morris, one fake, try to get it in tight to Messinillo. And that's blocked away. That has been a play that's been so good for Lynchburg. Chastity corner, caused turnover. Maybe can she complete it? Scramble for the ball, and the Jackets have it again. Hard work there from Emma Moxham, I believe. Moxham on the move with pace down the far left sideline. That was nearly massive. Chastity corner with the whack away. She just could not complete the caused turnover and get the possession. On the ground ball, officials are going to stop the clock with 6:27 left to play. Maya Hausauer has been dismissed. Looks like a green card for Hausauer. You see the green card there from our official, which can be hard to see at night, blending in with the green turf on Schellenberger Field. But it was indeed a green card for Hausauer. Offside there. So now Randolph-Macon with a chance to maximize. We've seen patient, lengthy possessions when Randolph-Macon has had an opportunity to run the shot clock down. They have done that. Did it once late in the third, once early in the fourth. I would expect Randolph-Macon to hold on to this ball until maybe 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I guess if something wide open presents itself, you got to take it if you're Randolph-Macon, but they've shown that they really want to work it around and use that shot clock and the 2-goal lead at this point to their advantage. If you're Lynchburg, do you just settle for that, especially in this situation with only 5 defenders and a goalie? Woman up opportunity for Randolph-Macon. You just let them kind of play keep away, or do you try to gamble for a caused turnover? So tough to do when you're down a player. You don't want to ever be passive as a defender. but you have to understand the situations. Taylor Doherty, stick up high. Little air traffic control there, trying to crowd things up and maybe knock down a potential pass. There is the high pass finally. It has been a lengthy possession already. Still 25 to go. Hausauer's back out, though. Even strength for Lynchburg. Now Randolph-Macon trying to attack. Shot got disrupted. And let's get a call here. Stops the clock with 5:13 left to play. Hausauer going to get sent right back. This one's going to be a yellow card. Yep. Dangerous play from Hausauer. Should be a free position look now for Randolph-Macon. Certainly some contact. Can't disagree with that. Free position chance now for Emma Moxham. She's got 2. She's trying to strike for a third. Remember, it's a fresh 90 for Randolph-Macon. Back to killing that clock and making the sand in the hourglass work for you. Lynchburg's running out of sand. They got a little bit left now. Yep, felt that coming from Moxham. And Lacrosse IQ says this is the right play. I mean, you've got 90 more on the clock. Use it up. Make Lynchburg work. Make Lynchburg have to gamble a woman down to try to get a cause turnover. Because then that's going to free up a shooting opportunity. And if Lynchburg opts to stay back, well, then you can just run that clock down. This is the right play by the Yellow Jackets. Take advantage of what you have going on right now. A 2-goal lead and under 5 minutes to play. 5 of the last 6 ball games have come down to 1 solitary goal difference. Uh-oh, Macon's going to shoot here and score. Well, that works too. Instead of running the clock down, just go up by 3. Lily Fowler, goal number 4 for her. 4 for Fowler. And the door is closing a little bit on Lynchburg. Down by 3, 4.5 to play. Yeah, Fowler got free. 2 defenders around her. But that's just too much space for her skill. She made it work. Fowler's got 32 on the season now. And up to 146 in her career. She'll get to that 150 mark soon. She might get to 300 points, believe it or not. She's got 146 goals, and it looks like 107 assists for Fowler. So yeah, getting to 300 won't be easy. She's got some games left to try it. 4.5 left to play. Emmy Clay back for the draw for Lynchburg. Now you talk about everything being critical. Yeah, understatement there. This one's airborne. Clay slaps at it, but Randolph-Macon gets to it first. Back to that foot speed, the agility, the side to side. That was Emma Moxham again. She's really been good in the second half. Wasn't bad in the first half, but didn't necessarily stand out with everything that the Jackets had going on. Moxham has been a standout in half number 2. And here we go. Lynchburg's probably got to start gambling for some cause turnovers at this point. Down by 3. A 4th goal feels like it might lock it up for Randolph-Macon. They can get this down to under 3 minutes before they shoot if they want to. You can see the game clock and the shot clock there. Randolph-Macon can really, really milk this. They can really almost go into the deep freeze. Almost had the cause turnover there for Lynchburg. Nearly. That was Taylor Doherty. Oh, there's the shot. Spin and shoot. One more for Lily Fowler. She is coming alive. Sticking another one, ripping the cords for goal number 12 of the game. I believe it is her 5th. Watch Fowler there. A little hesitation, little go. Get some room to shoot on Virginia Heffernan and score it. And it's starting to feel bleaker now for Lynchburg. 5 for Fowler, 1 assist. Wow, what a talent. Senior from Phoenix, Maryland. Might have just truly put this game on ice. Lynchburg down by 4. 3:20 left to play. For Lynchburg, Steinow has 4 goals. Sydney Dumas 3 goals and an assist. Lily Messinillo, 1 score. Hornets need 4 to tie, and they need them in quick succession. It'll be over a goal per minute here if Lynchburg can get this. And it's got to start with this draw control. 3:20 left to play in regulation. Clay and Kylie Kirkoba. Kirkoba's a senior from White Marsh, Maryland. They're going at it again. Another win from Moxham. Moxham really reads the caroms and how the ball gets played out on those draw controls very nicely. Her speed and stick skills are big into that as well. Randolph-Macon possession again. If Macon wants to score here, it would feel like a cherry on top. The 4-goal lead that they have right now matches their biggest of the game. Lynchburg last led when it was 2-1. It's the last Lynchburg lead. They've played from behind for most of this. Haley Pierce charging in and then offloading. 360 spin by Campbell Conway. It might have misidentified Pierce and Moxham a little bit. Oh, that one nearly trickled over the line, but Owings got to it in time. Haley Pierce and Emma Moxham, both really, really good players. Might have transposed those two just a few times. All right, let's see how close Lynchburg can make it. Going to shoot early, shoot often, and score 4 times. Penetrating rack attack, and going to be the umpteenth time that Sydney Dumas has been knocked to the turf. She's used to it. I mean, as Lynchburg's premier goal-scoring option for her first 3 years, she's faced some physical coverages. She's not short on gumption. I mean, she's always going to bounce back and come at you. She takes the hits and keeps going. Dumas going to try to score it here. What a save. Brilliant save from Jillian Gladden. First team All-ODACer last year for a reason, folks. She's been solid in this one. Great numbers again from the LHSN team to tell you just how solid she has been. 1:20 left to play in the ball game. Macon's going to win this. Just a question about how much. Lynchburg can make it interesting here with something late. You never want to stop playing hard. Lynchburg will not do that. But now with just over a minute, it is going to be a victory for Randolph-Macon. Macon has won 4 of the last 6 in the last 3 seasons. They have been on a collision course the last 3 years, meeting in the playoffs every time. There's a chance that could happen again this year. And if it does, I think it'll be must-see. I really do. And I think Lynchburg will still go into that with some confidence if they do meet Randolph-Macon again. But on this Wednesday in late March, the evening belongs to the Yellow Jackets. They're going to head back to Ashland with a key win here. And Randolph-Macon can now say they're the first team to beat Lynchburg at home this year. 20 on the timer. Could be a cherry on the top kind of goal here for Randolph-Macon. There is actually a shot clock differential. Down to 10 seconds in the ball game. It'll be a shot clock violation, but it's academic at this point. Purely routine as the horn is going to sound to end this one. Randolph-Macon 12, Lynchburg 8. Jackets go to 7-3 overall, and they even up the conference record at 1-1. They're 3-1 on the road now. For Lynchburg, it's loss number 3 this season. Hornets are 8-3. They've actually lost 2 out of their last 3 now. Lynchburg 5-1 at home. Conference record for Lynchburg now stands at 2 to the good, 1 to the bad. Lynchburg back in conference play Saturday on the road at Roanoke. Our next LHSN on Flo broadcast will be at home on Wednesday, April the 8th. Lynchburg will be hosting Guilford. Some totals for the evening. Randolph-Macon, 15 ground balls to 9 for Lynchburg. Macon did win the draw controls, 11-10 though, not much separation there. 8 saves for Gladden. She was outstanding and really stepped up when she needed to. 12 goals, 5 assists for Randolph-Macon. That came on 24 shots, 15 on frame. Lynchburg, 8 goals, 1 assisted, 19 shots, 12 on the cage for the Hornets. Goal scorers for Randolph-Macon. Cornelius 1, Conway 1, 2 apiece for Moxham and Pierce, and 5 goals for Lily Fowler. Fowler's up to 146 tallies in her career. What a player. Congratulations to the senior from Phoenix, Maryland. For Lynchburg, it was a hat trick from Sydney Dumas. That's her 35th in her career. Dumas also had an assist. 4 goals from McKenna Steinow, give her 34 on the season and 125 in the campaign. 1 goal from Lily Messinillo. We'll wrap it up there. Big thank you to our LHSN crew. Appreciate all the hard work, and thank you for watching, fans. Next LHSN Women's Lax broadcast Wednesday, April the 8th. Hornets head to Roanoke Saturday. Have a great Wednesday night, everybody.